We were going to this place called Restaurant Floor, and it is like the menu vibes. That's the best way that I can describe it. It was just like the movie The Menu, minus me not making it out alive at the end. Here, the sommelier is helping me decide which champagne I should drink throughout the night, and it was between two options. I forgot what the first one was, but I ended up just going with the Krug because that one had a better taste. So this restaurant technically does not have a set menu. They only really cook what's in season and like whatever game that they hunt. They gave us this menu outline for the night, but they didn't tell us what order that we were going to get our courses in. So this first course was like a broth, and it was really good but very rich. I could not finish it. This was a sea snail, and it was so good. I love snail, the texture, all of it, love it. This was hare in like this taco type thing, delicious. I think they said this was umami, and it was so good. I told my date it tasted like Indomie. And then the sommelier randomly handed me this sealed letter welcoming me to the dining experience. It was just so extra. I loved it. I forgot what this was, but it was like some kind of kale salad situation, but it was good. This wine went with the sea bass dish, and we actually went into the kitchen to eat the sea bass. Like they literally took our stuff, took us to the kitchen, and then served us with the staff, and we just like sat there, ate, we talked to the staff, we heard their conversations. It was so interesting. I loved it. It was so immersive and fun. Also, I think this was my favorite dish in the entire 7 courses. This was like a mackerel dish. It was also really good. And then we moved on to like this caviar soup dish thing, and it was pretty good too, but the underlying filling was pretty rich, so I had to stop eating after a while. Up next, we had this pumpkin and truffle ravioli situation. It was delicious. Oh my freaking god. The sommelier pulled out this gadget, and I was like, whoa, what is that? He said it's to preserve the quality of the wine. So they never uncorked this wine bottle at all, but they just put this gadget over it and they pour it through the cork. It is so interesting. And the wine was delicious. It was really worth all of that extra stuff. This is another hare dish, and it was actually really good and tender. Like, I didn't realize I was gonna be like a rabbit eater, but I'm kind of loving it. Moving on, we had this dish. I forgot what it was, but it was also really good. This is like the beginning of the dessert course. And then we had this, I forgot, I think it's like a tart, very good as well too. And then they came around with like this coffee and tea cart. So I got a green tea and my date got a coffee. They gave him a choice between Ethiopian and Colombian, and I told him to get Ethiopian because like they are the best coffee makers, right? I don't know, I think I read that in a book somewhere, maybe. And like everything else at this restaurant, the process to make the green tea and the coffee was so extra, and I loved it. I sipped on my green tea, and then it was time for the final course, which was like just the overall dessert. And I forgot exactly what these were, but they were really good. Just trust me. This was the best dining experience I've ever had. I did not want it to end. Like, I hated leaving. After the restaurant, we went to the red light district and called a show at Casa Rosso, and it was very interesting. I was not expecting any of that to happen. And then we ended our night at Door 74, which is like this hidden cocktail bar.